Okay. Somebody is making noise behind. Andrew, is that you? All right, so let me take a look at the question here. So that would be week 12 outline. Okay, what is the question here? So write employee class on paper such that each employee object has EID, ENAME, job, salary, department data. Create the properties for each data member. Create a method that will update the salary given a raise percentage. So let's just do that. Yeah, let's just do that with Visual Studio. And then next one is to create account class such that, so let's do the first one first. Okay, I'm going to still use a nice example. If you do not have a nice example, just create a new project, start from there, okay? Just do it quickly. All right. So this is the example we started. I'm going to close all that first. Okay, so now let's say I will go to project, go to add a class. The first class is called employee. All right, and then we'll change that to public. Okay, and then just look at what data we need. Let's see, we need employee ID, name, job, salary, and then department. So private EID, let's just integer. Private, and then employee name string. Private, and then what is job string, and then private double salary. Okay, and then finally we have department. So department, let's just you understand that's department name. So string say department. Okay, so that is the first part. Pretty straightforward, right? And now let's look at what properties we need to create. So second part says you need to create properties for each data member. Okay, so you have to do all of them. So I'm going to just do a few, okay? I might just do one, maybe one or two. So let's try to create a property for this employee ID and for this salary, okay? So employee ID is data type is integer. So I'm going to say public integer, and then we'll just say EID. Let's just try to make all capped. Okay. And then we have get section, return EID. Very simple. And the set section, set, which is EID equals to value. So in the simplest case, that's just how you create properties. Now let's try to do for salary also. So public, salary type is double, and then say salary. Okay, curly brackets, get section, return salary. So return whatever value inside here. And then set, we'll say salary equals to value. There we go. So we can do others, but I will skip that, okay? Because it's just repetitive thing, but you have to do it. Okay? And then finally, you create a method that will provide update salary. So you're going to do update salary property. So salary is here is your own data, so you do not need to return anything. So you're going to make that as a void. So I can make it as a public and a void, and they say update salary. Okay. So to update the salary, you need to know what is your current salary. You know that. So you do not need that as input. And then you need to know what percent, right? New. So that is new piece of data that function needs to have. So I will just do double. Okay, let's say percentage, something like that. Okay. There we go. And now we just simply say salary equals to salary multiplied by percentage. So 1 plus percentage. So it's a simple function like that. Okay, so that will give you maybe 5 points if you write on the table. Okay, and now the second part is creating an account class. And then you will, let me just do that first. Okay, so create account class such that account has account number, type, so whether it's checking savings, checking account or savings account, balance, interest rate, and open date. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to create a new class. I just make that as called account. Okay, and then add. Okay, so public class. Okay, first of all, data members. So we have account number that just imagine that that's kind of a integers account number. Okay. And then private account type. So that would be string, right? String, so account type. Then private balance is double. So let's say balance. Okay. And then there's one more thing I think is called type and balance and interest and open date. So you have interest, private, double, interest, private, double, not double, is data time. Data time. That will be open date. Okay. So those are the first part. Second part, create properties for balance and interest rate. So I am going to skip that, right? I can skip that. Okay. All the other classes to access. So let me see, do I need to use that? Type sentence. Okay, let me just create one or two. Okay, let's just do, say, for example, open date. Okay, let's just say this time I'll create a public data time again. And then just say open date. Okay, that's the property. Get a section. Curly bracket, return open date. Set a section. And then we'll open date equals to value. Okay. So I'm going to skip the rest. Okay. Unless I need more, and then I can come back to change that. And then you need add a method to withdraw and a method to deposit. Okay, and then a method to credit interest, and a method to compute how long. Okay, so we can just do this methods here. So first, add a method withdraw. So that means reduce balance. So public. So we withdraw, that means you need to reduce the balance, right? So you're not returning anything back. So I will say make this void, and then say withdraw. And then when you do withdraw, then you say how much to withdraw, right? So let's say amount. Then the result is going to be, say, balance equals to balance minus amount, right? And of course, that is assuming that you have enough balance, but the bank, allows you to have negative balance. But in general, if bank does not allow you to have negative balance, then you have to change this a little bit. So I'm going to do something like this. So say if, and then say if balance is greater than amount, then I will do withdraw as normal. So put this code back in here. Okay. Else If you do not have enough balance, then you should not allow the withdrawal. So then we can throw exception, throw new exception. And then we'll just say insufficient fund. That's exception. Okay. So that will make it a bulletproof. Then next, function to method to credit, method to deposit. Okay, so that's just simply just deposit at credit. So we just say public void again, and then we say credit or deposit. Again, the function does not return anything, but simply just change the balance. So I will make that also amount of balance, amount to be deposited, and then balance. So what does do is simply balance plus amount. Okay. So of course in this you cannot imagine any exceptions. So I'm going to just stop there. And next, create a method to credit interest to balance. Credit interest. Okay. So now let's say we are just trying to do here. So what do I need? What do I know? I know the balance and also the interest rate, right? So I just simply add the interest to the balance. Okay, so interest rate. So I have to just calculate the interest, the balance times interest to get as add to the existing balance as interest, right? But then the function does not return anything. So in this case, actually, we have a perfect case of data flow reduction here. No output. And then let's just say credit interest. Okay. And then there's no need for input because to add the interest, you just need the data for interest and also balance. But this object already have those, right? This class already have those as a variables. So those data member already for you to manipulate. So you do not need to add input to this. So data flows are reduced in this case. Okay. So balance equals to balance plus balance times interest. So there we go. So there's the interest. Interest is added. So this is how much interest to be added. Okay. And finally, to say how long the bank has, how long the account has been opened. So how long? Okay. So that means the function has to return some kind of like a, maybe like a years or days that the account has been opened. So let's just imagine that's days, okay? Because we do compound interest, we need to find out how many days, right? So let's do integer public, and the integer that will be returned, say number of days, and then just the days since open, okay? That's just the function name. And do I need any parameters? So to calculate how long it has been opened, we need the open date, and that is already in here. So we do not need that as an input. And now we need the current time, that is system time. So we do not need the input for that, right? So we are ready to go for that, okay? So what I need to do is I will use timestamp, and then TS equals to current time, which is data time, but now, and then minus open date. Okay, so the open date is whatever value for the account, and so that would be initialized to some kind of date, and now you can use that to calculate the timestamp. And now we can just simply return ts.days. So that will give you a total number of days in between. Okay. And then the next part, I think you just need to create a form with text boxes, so that so use radio buttons for account type, text boxes values for like account ID, account type, account number type. You use radio buttons, and the interest balance you use text boxes. All those use text boxes. Okay. And then trying to use that data to create a new object, use the one of the constructor. Okay. So I'm going to skip that. So this should be. So what we are going to do is I'm going to do something similar to that in our example today. Okay, and then this part will take time. So if I do this, I will not have time to do today's example. All right, so now let me see whether anybody has questions about this part of homework. No questions? Now, if there's no questions, I'm going to close that. Before I move on, let me ask you a question. Next Wednesday, not the coming Wednesday, Wednesday of next week, which is the final exam week. Does anybody have exams scheduled during the class time?
I do. I have one Wednesday, 5:15 to 7:15.
5:15 to 7:15. You mean next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that will be problematic if I will do exam next Wednesday. The problem is some students want to have separate exam days on database and the application development. At this point, the university scheduled both exams on next Friday of finals week. And so our proposal is to move one of the exam to Wednesday. But then to do that, the only time I can think of would be this Wednesday's class time. So that's not possible, huh? And this is not possible to do that. What about, let me see. So you have exam on that day. Okay, so that means we could not do that. We could not split separate, put your exam on different days, unless you notify me some other alternatives, like Wednesday between 4 to 5, between 3 to 5, or some other times available. You 3 to 5 available to everybody?
That works for me.
3 to 5 on Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Works for me.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
working then, so it doesn't really work for me. I'm sorry.
It does not work for you? Melis?
No.
Okay. All right, so that will not work. Okay.
Could we do Monday?
Can we do Monday?
I
Could I?
work on Monday too.
Monday too. Okay. Okay. All right. So if that's the case, I think we have to just go back to the square one. But just do two exams on same day, Friday. If if you have some other ideas, just email me and I will survey everyone on Wednesday's class again. Okay. All right. So at this point, I will just move on. So let me. We still have a week 12 outline unfinished, so we'll just do one more example of that. I think then we are pretty much done. But this is a large example, so I'm not sure we will have extra time today. But Wednesday we should have extra time to talk about your final exam. Okay. So let's start with new Visual Studio project. Everyone follows me. So I'm going to create a new project. All right. And then let's just use the Windows Forms application as new. So here I'm going to create a project called Fly Balloon. Okay. And I'm going to save my project to desktop also. So this will be our last in-class example. Great. So let me put this away. Okay, so first of all, let's just create the balloon class. Okay, balloon class. So we're going to use this form to actually fly balloons. But we'll just create a balloon object first, balloon class first, add class, and then let's just call that balloon. Okay. Let's add. Oh, what did I do? Balloon. So why is doing this for me? Keep on giving me this stupid hint. Okay, add. So let me see whether I have some other languages. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, all right. Okay, so let's change that to public. Okay, public. Okay. And now let's say for balloon, what do I need? I need the balloon has color, has size, right? And also have location. So I'm going to specify those as data members. It's private. Integer, let's just say X location. And the private integer is a Y location. So XY coordinate for balloon, okay? And then we are going to do size. So size is also integer. Okay, what else? Color. Color is kind of data type. It's called color. Private color. What? What is that? So basically, color is not available. So let me try to go to the top and let's say using. I think it's a Windows Forms, right? System. Is that a Windows form or system.form? Hold on. Let's just see. Oh, system.join actually. System.join. Okay, so we need to get that, and otherwise we'll not be able to get a color object. Color, and then just see color. Okay. So those suppose those are for data members, and now let's try to create a properties for each because we are going to make adjustment of size and the color and that. Okay, so just create a properties for that public. Okay, public integer, and then say X location, X log. Okay, and then get return. Oh, curly brackets, doing too fast. Return X log. Okay, set section. Then just say X log equals to value. Okay. Then let's do Y location, public integer Y location. So just simply change a variable, manage variable name, but with different case. Then let's say get section. So it's return Y location, set section is just a Y location equals to value. Okay. And the size, integer, let's say capital size. You can get return size. The set, excuse me, which is simply says size equals to value. Okay. Finally, property for color. Color, that is actually, I don't know whether color is going to be confusing that. So I have to change to different name here. So public, so color. So I cannot use capital color again because that's going to be confusing. So let's just say B color, balloon color. Okay. What's that? Okay, and then get section, return color. Center section is just a color equals to value. Okay. So those are the basic things, right? Basic data members, and then we set the properties so that other places, like our forms, will be able to change the data in those for those variables. Okay. And next, I'm going to create a function. You can create constructors. Let's just create one. We have a constructor. Yeah, let's just create one constructor public. So constructor does not have a data type, does not return anything. So just start with the constructor name. Constructor name is same as class name. Okay. So this time, let's say I want to create location, integer y, and integer s, the size. Okay, and also color. Let's say that's C. Okay. So let's use that constructor to initialize all the variables. So x log equals to x, y log. So it should be equals to y. So this should be small letter x because we are just changing set these variables values. Okay. And so constructors use to initialize those variables, and then size equals to s, and then color equals to C. Okay. So again, this is non-default constructor. So when you have a non-default constructor exist, then you have to have a default constructor. So we can just create one quickly. So balloon. Okay. And default constructor will not have any parameters, and you can just simply does nothing with default constructor. So it just is, the code does not exist. Okay. So we have a non-default constructor exist, but it's not doing anything. Okay. And next important thing, I want the balloon to be able to show itself, to display itself. If I tell the balloon, which place to display, to show, and the balloon can display itself. Okay. So I will just use public because the balloon is displaying, so it's not going to return any data back. So I'm going to just say display as a name, and then you need to tell what place to be displayed, right? So I'm going to use the graphics, and then just say table. Okay. So suppose I give you the canvas, maybe canvas or table, just say table. All right. So to be able to draw a balloon, then we will need to have like a solid brush. Okay, solid brush, and then just say my brush. Okay, equals to new solid brush, and then let's just say specify a color for the balloon. So the color is already in the color variable, so we'll just say color. Okay. So remember, this color is the color for the balloon. It's same as this one. Okay. So I'm going to use create a solid brush of that color of the balloon. Okay. So we have hold on. Sorry. What I do? So this is not the semicolon. So then we create a solid brush, and now we are ready to draw the balloon. So we will just use a paper that draw. I think it's a fill ellipse, maybe this one. Okay, just like a oval shaped. Okay, and then terraces. Here we'll tell you what we need. Okay, so that's first version. You need to specify a brush and also a rectangle. Let's choose second one. Second one is also brush and a rectangle. We don't need that one. Third one is better because third one gives us, say, I need a brush, and the brush is my brush. Okay, that is done. And then we need to specify what is top left corner of the balloon's position. So let's just use current balloon's position. So that would be X log. Okay. And then Y log. Okay. So let's just say the balloon's location is specified as Y log, X log. So you can use small letter x, small x. Capital Y, it's okay, but you are going to use the properties here. And then returning and then next one is the width. So for width, I am going to use the size. Okay, so size is the width. Okay, size, just say the radius. And then for height, we can also use height. That would be round balloon. But if you want to have a little bit shape, then you probably need to change the size a little bit. Change the size to like, for example, maybe 2 times. Let's just multiply by 2. Okay, maybe just over exaggerated, but just give you an idea. Okay, does it make sense? So here the balloon will be able to draw like itself. If you if you tell the balloon that which place to show the balloon, to show itself. So the balloon's location, the size, and all color, everything will be used in creating the balloon. Okay, so in my lecture note, I actually give you this few more details on how to, for example, create like a string attached to the balloon. And also you can put like a word, like a happy birthday, something, So you can also attach a word to that. So I'm going to skip those. Okay. So if you need to do that, just need to come back to change it, to make the display a little bit more enriched or enhanced. Okay. So I'm going to say this is done with the balloon class. So now let's try to use this balloon class. Okay. Anybody has a question so far? So actually what we did is pretty simple. Just, create 4 variables, and then for each variable, create a property. Okay. And then we create just one method, one function, that is to show the balloon. Okay. All right, so now let's go back to the forms, and then we design the form. Okay, so what I will do is, first of all, I'm going to create a picture box so that we can show the balloon, right? So let's create a picture box. You remember we did that at the beginning of the class, how to draw something. So now we are coming back, picture box. Okay, so let's make a picture box pretty big. Pretty big like that. Okay. And then for the picture box, let's just give a name. Let's say there's a P balloon. Okay, P balloon. There's a name. All right. Okay. So then we are going to let's create a bunch of buttons, just experiment, see how we display the balloon and move the balloon. Okay, so I am going to create a couple buttons here. So first button is to just display or show balloon. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, so for that, I'm going to just give a name, DTN show. Okay, and then let's give a text, which is just a show. Okay. Okay. And then let's also make a balloon to be able to expand. Okay, so create another button to do that. Okay, so let's say button expand, okay. So that's called inflate, right? Inflate. Okay, so make a balloon grow bigger. Okay, And then let's find a way to move balloon. So balloon can be moved up, down. So let's just create 4 buttons with arrows showing that. So let's say first one, let's move to the left. Okay, so I'm not going to put a text on that. I'm going to create like arrows here. So let's say BTN left. Okay, so get rid of text. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then let's put I will do that. I will put a label just second. Okay, so let's just put all the buttons first. And next button, I'll put it here as up. Okay, so let's just give a name. So BTN up. And I'm also going to draw arrow here, so get rid of that. Okay, and then let's do a button to move right, and put it here. Okay, so let's give a name. Let's BTN right. And also get rid of label. Okay, and then I'm going to create a button down. Okay, so BTN down. Then get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to draw the arrows here. Draw the arrows up. So those arrows actually is Unicode. So let me try to put a Unicode on the face. Okay, put a code on here. Put like a this left arrow. So what is Unicode? Let me check on that. I think it's all. I don't remember exactly. Okay. So let me go to here. So let's put it here. Okay. So let's see what is Unicode for left arrow. Okay. Is 2193 219 so arrow symbol. Okay, let me see that. So 2190 2191. Okay, 2192. That's pretty good. Okay, so we can use that. So now let me show you how to do that. Okay, so let's say at this place you go to the you need to put those Unicode in as a code. So let's go back to the forms1.cs. So view code, everyone. Do you follow me? Let's go to form1.cs code. So I will do that with form constructor here. Okay. So the first one is btn left text, and you type that as Unicode. So this is how you type Unicode. It's \u. That's escape letter. And there's what was it? 2890, I think. Let me double check. Did I close that? My browser? Okay, so it's here. 2190, sorry, 2190. So it is 2190. Okay, so that is for left. Okay. And do the same thing for others. btn, let's say up, that will be text. Text equals 2, and then \u and 2191. Okay. And then btn right text will be equal to double quotes inside CU, and that's 2192. It's pretty easy to remember. btn done text is equal to double quotes, semicolon, and then Unicode is okay. So U2193. Okay. 9092919293. Okay, there we go. So at this point, that we can see it. See that's the text. So just run the program. There we go. Indeed, we get this, showing that arrows here. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, and let's go back to the forms. And one more thing we will do is we'll have a button to fly. Okay, so I will create a button. So we'll do those buttons first. Okay. So next button is to fly. Okay. So let's just give a name for that. BTN flight. And then let's say text is flight. Okay. Or you may also have a button to stop. Okay, so that. Okay, so there we go. So we basically have the buttons, all the buttons we need. And now let's try to do the first thing first. Okay, so we're trying to create a balloon object and then manipulate the balloon objects, including inflate, move, all that. So all these buttons are going to access same balloon. Okay, we're going to access same balloon. So the balloon object should be created as a global variable. Okay, so let's go back to the forms1.cs view code. And then we are going to create, so this is the form class. Okay, the form, hold on, this is the form class. This is the form class, and this is the constructor we just created. Okay, so we may need to come back to the constructor second. So now let's try to create a balloon object. Okay, so balloon, and then there's a my balloon. Okay, oh, my balloon. Okay, so that's great. So let's just create that the object which is global. Okay, and then we are going to initialize it. So it's equal to new you call constructor. So we are going to do that inside the constructor, inside the forms constructor. Okay, so we're going to initialize here. Okay, so we say my balloon equals to new balloon, and then parentheses. Immediately you're given two choices. You're given like a default constructor or non-default constructor. So non-default constructor specify the location, and then size and also color. So let's use non-default constructor. Okay, so let's say how do I get a balloon location? Let's get a balloon location to, where do I get the balloon location? So top left corner is, top right corner is 0, 0, and then to the right, X increases, and to down, Y increases. Okay, we can make, let's just say X. Let's say the first one is X, right? So for X, for the X position, let's just try and use picture box width divided by 2. That may be too low because the balloon is stuck. Balloon's position is the top right, top left corner. So let's just make up something arbitrarily. Okay, let's just say this to 300. Okay, and then we can move. All right. So let's say X is 300. And Y, let's just make something maybe 500. I hope is large enough. Okay. Then we are going to do what is size. So let's say size is 20, maybe 30. Is that big enough? Okay. And then what color do you want? Let's just say color dot which color? Red color, blue color, maybe let's do blue color, okay? Blue color. So I will create a balloon which is initialized to this location, 300, 400. size that. Okay, so that will give you initial balloon to be displayed. Okay, so after that, we are ready to show the balloon. So I'm going to go back to the forms here and press this double click on this button. Double click on this button, show balloon. Okay, so in order to show balloon, what I need? I will just need to provide graphics, right? So remember, graphics is a table, is like a graphic is like a table for the balloon to be displayed, right? And then we can call the function to display the balloon. Okay, so we'll say graphics, and then say p equals to. I'm going to use a picture box to create that graphics. What is called p balloon. P balloon. Okay. P balloon. That create graphics. Okay. And now we're ready to call the function, which is my balloon dot display. And then you just need to provide the table. So provide a table, which is, so right mouse click, you said that you need to provide a table, right? So the table I need is like already initialized, already assigned a value, which is a p. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you say that the balloon was created in here, and now here I just simply call the balloon to display itself. So what I need is just provide a parameter, which is p, the graphics, and here we are. So now let's try to see it. So if this parameter, if this location is not good, then you may not get the balloon to be displayed. Okay. So you may just need to let me show that here. Okay. So in my case, it's not bad. It's just pretty much in the bottom location, in the middle. Okay. Does everybody get that? So if this does not work, then possibly you just need to change the location. First of all, change the location to something smaller number, 300. You change it to 100, and then maybe this to, 200 something. So depending on how big is your picture box. Okay. And I will tell you how to manipulate that. Second. Okay. Anybody has questions? Is it working, everyone?
My color dot blue is underlined for some reason, but I can maybe double check with you after class.
Color.blue is not working. So do you have this? Well, this should be standard. So system.join should be there. If you have this, what about the code before that? Do you have any errors?
No, I think I needed to add the system dot drawing. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, system.join, you need that. Otherwise, you will not be able to see color. Okay, and now let's see what do we do. People. So you know what? Now let's try to make this function, make this showing balloon as a general function. So I will use that I call this function again. So if I say, for example, move, and then I call the function again, show the function again. So I'm going to just create a generic function to do that. So it's private, a void, okay, and then just say, let's give a name for that. Let's say view, okay, view balloon, view balloon, okay. No need for any parameters. Breakfast. Okay. Something is not correct. Let me see why. Private, void, view balloon. I get this kind of, so what is this? Change made in property fly balloon will not be applied while the application is running. Oh, application is still running. Okay, sorry. So exit that out. Okay. So now let's try to create a generic one to do the balloon, to display the balloon. So So then for that, we need to provide a table and then say which table and then show the balloon, right? And also I'm going to manipulate the size. So if, for example, if location is less than 0, then we'll just bring it back to 0, okay? And then if location is bigger than the outside of picture box, then we'll bring back to 0 again, okay? So this code, this part, for this graphics, I'm going to, so since we are going to use the graphics, do I need to say several places? Probably we do. So let me just create this as global variable also. Create this as global variable. Okay, so let me just comment this line out. Comment this line out. Okay, so we are going to put it inside here. But for this graphics, I'm going to create as a global variables. So I'll say graphics. Okay, and just say table, or maybe just, well, let's just call it canvas this time. Okay, canvas. Okay. And then we can initialize that also inside the constructor. So canvas equals to pick balloon dot create graphics. Okay. So that way we'll be working with the same space, same canvas to draw balloon. Okay. And now let's come back to this view balloon place, right? So we are going to do is, so basically the code is simple. So first of all, let's just wipe out, so table as a canvas. So clear the canvas first. So there's a clear. Use white color to clear first. So color, not white. Okay. So in other words, just whatever existing ones, just erase it. And then we just draw the balloon. So balloon, which is my balloon, right? That display. Okay. So the display will have we can just say the location is so the display we just need a table canvas. Okay. Table canvas. So what about size, location? Oh, that was inside the display function. I already forgot. So the display function already have specification for which location, what size, all that, right? So at this point, we will just do, just make sure that this function, this will be, so we draw this and then location, if our location is outside of the boundary, I'll just bring that back. Okay, so what I will do is just before this, I'll create if situations here. So the first situation is if my balloon dot x location is less than 0, less than 0, okay, or my balloon dot x location is greater than the width, greater than the picture box width, p balloon dot width. So that means outside the boundary, okay? Or do the same thing for y location. So if that y location is also less than 0, or my balloon that y location is bigger than the height. So balloon's height. So that will be what? P balloon dot height. Okay. And then in this tools, in any of those situations, I will change. I will make the balloon to move back. Okay. So I will just say my balloon dot x location equals to move to the bottom of somewhere. So let's just move back to 500 already. 500. I think we already have that. Okay. Is 300? Okay, sorry, 300. And then y location, my balloon. So actually you can manipulate that, change that to different places. Okay, so my balloon at y location will be equal to 500. So I'll change it back to this place. Okay, change it back to the original place that was constructed. Okay, right? So then this balloon will be displayed. So what I need to do next is just say, when I do show, I'll just say display the balloon. Okay, so I will just simply say view balloon. And then there's no need for any parameters, just simply display balloon. So the beauty of this is, so this function can be viewed, can be reused many times. So here I show it, and then when I do expand, I want to show it again, right? When I move, I will show it again. So I just keep on calling this function to do that. Is it clear, everyone? So then these 2 lines of code is no longer necessary. And now instead, we are going to use this function. And this function is more useful, right? So basically check locations. So if you move balloon to out of space, then we'll bring it back to you, okay? All right, now let's try to show, trying to do those buttons. Okay, so let's go to, so first one, let me show that the show button should be working. So let me check on that. So show is working here, right? And now let's try to inflate the move, okay? So stay inflate, double click. Everyone follow me. So to inflate, I basically just need to change the balloon size, right? So just say my balloon, the size equals to my balloon. Let's just add 5, maybe size 2. Okay, depends on how much you want to do. Okay, balloon dot size plus 2. Size plus 2. So just every time you press this button, it will just grow 2 by size 2. And now we need to reshow the balloon. So just simply say view balloon. Okay, call the function again. Call the function view balloon. Parentheses. There we go. So every time you increase the size, inflate it, and just view the balloon. Okay, so let's see the idea. So now let's show it. Okay, now let's inflate it. See that it's working, right? Okay. Okay, so now let's try to do move up, move down. Okay, and those should be simple. Okay, so now let's do. Let's move up. Move left. Okay, let's move left first. So to do move left, we just simply move x, y's location. X location equals to my balloon dot x location. Let's say -1, -2, -1. Okay. And then let's move left, and then we view balloon again. So that this function is keep on being reused. So that's moving left. Okay, so reduce x number. And now let's do move up. Okay, so my balloon dot y location equals to my balloon dot y location. So moving up is actually reduce, make the y's to be smaller, right? So there's a -1 here also. Okay, and then view balloon. View balloon. Call the function again. Okay. And other 2 will be just similar. So move down just +1. So let's try that. Okay, so let's show it first. Display. Okay, show it. Okay, let's move up. Does it move up? Yeah, it does. Okay, move left. A little bit too slow, right? But it's still showing the moving, right? Okay. All right, so I'm not going to do these other two buttons. You just follow that. I have 10 minutes left. So what I will do is I try to fly balloon. Okay. So what I will do is this time I want the balloon to fly by itself. So without the button clicks. Okay. So what we need to do is we need something behind, like an invisible hand behind you to click this button. Okay. So just an invisible hand to just click this move up, move down, something like that. Okay. So that invisible hand is a clock. So let's just try to get a clock to your picture. So go to tools. And do you see, I think maybe called time mode. Yeah, right here, see time mode here. So drag timer to your phone. Okay, and then say by default you give like a call timer 1. Let me just say, let's just give a name here. Let's just say balloon B timer. Okay, balloon timer, something like that. Okay, and then by default the timer is not started, so it's false. So what I will do is I will when I press this button, press this fly button, I will make the clock to stop. Make the clock to stop. Okay. Okay, and then it generate the numbers true, and then this interval. This is a millisecond. Millisecond is just 1 second equal to 1,000 millisecond. So what does it mean here is just pretty much like every second it every second is divided into small intervals. Okay, so if that's too fast, then you can just change it to 1,000. So that means, so what I need is I want this clock to start to click. So there's event called a click. Okay, to tick. So I want that to start to tick. So let's go back to this properties again. So what I need is how long do you want the clock to start to tick? Okay, does that make sense? So that basically is just, let's just make it 500. Okay, let's try to find something in the middle. So basically, every second it tick twice. Okay, and if you make it smaller, then you see things more continuous, more smooth. But on the other hand, it's probably going too fast. All right. Okay. So what I need is let's go to say what. So what does it do when each time we in the ticks? Okay. So let's say go to event and then find the tick event, and then here that's the place I need to do something here. Okay. So double click. Okay. So what I need. Let's say I will, when I tick, I want the balloon to start to move by itself. Okay, so how do I do that? I will do, so basically just a balloon will start to get a new location, and then the side, the Y will be also increased. It will get it moving up. So let's do Y first. Okay, so my balloon. The Y location will be equal to my balloon dot Y location minus 1. Okay, so that's just moving up, right? Because the Y axis is getting smaller. And then what about X location? So for X location, you can just do something mechanic, but I will just do random number. Okay, so let's just say for X location, I will generate a random number to do that. So random, okay, and then my edge move, okay, edge move equals to just say my generator first, my gem, and equals to new random. Okay. And then let's generate a round number. So just say integer, and that would be edge move, horizontal move is equal to my generation, my gem dot next. So I will generate a number between 0 to 1, 2 maybe. Okay. I do negative numbers here. I will see -1 to positive 1. So just like turning back and forth, something like that. That's a random number, okay? And then we'll change it by X location. X location equals to my X location, my balloon's X location, plus this is edge move, horizontal move, edge move. There we go. Okay. So then we're going to, so basically every tick, you're going to make a balloon move up a little bit, and also horizontally, maybe just like shifting a little bit. Okay. And now let's just view the balloon again. View balloon. There we go. All right, and here we are. And this timer is going to start doing something behind the screen to fly it for you, and then just say change location, and then display it, and keep on doing that, right? So every 500 millisecond, it does once. So this code will be executed once for every 500 millisecond. Okay, so what do we need to do now is just simply fly them. Okay, so let's say we'll press this fly button, and then when I do fly button, I will make the timer to start to tick. Okay, so let's do double click on that. Okay, so let's say B timer, balloon timer, I think, yeah, that enabled equals to true. That's the only thing we need to do to fly the balloon. Okay. All right, so we are done. So this balloon, this timer, just make sure you understand how to do timer. So let me review that again, okay? So first of all, make sure you get the timer object to your form. Will not be displayed on the form, but it's somewhere on the form. So here is, here, okay? It's inside your project. It's attached to this form. Okay, and then you go to the properties of the timer. So the given name, so by default is not started. Okay, so means when we open the phone will not, this timer does not work, does not start automatically. Okay, and then you set up how long do you want this clock to start to, what is the interval for you want this clock to tick once. Okay, so I just want this, so it's 500 millisecond means I will want this clock to tick twice every second. Okay, and then you just need to handle the event for the tick. Okay, so that is, so every tick, when the clock ticks, the clock is doing something. Change the size or change the location. Okay, and then fill the balloon. That's all it does. All right, now let's try it. The fly balloon. Fly. Oh, no, that's not. No, this is X is not correct. It's going back and forth. X is not correct. But Y is still going up, is it? Okay, let me stop that and change this. Change this one. So let's just do this -1 probably is not a good idea. So let's just use 0, 1, okay? So let's see what happened there. Start again. Fly. It's too slow, is it? They probably want to do it faster. So then you need to go back. Let's go back to somewhere. Let's see. Let me do what? For the balloon, fly the ticks. Okay, let's go to properties. So let's just do every 200 millisecond, maybe. 200 millisecond. So every second will tick twice. And also, let's try to make a balloon have initial position to change the initial, no, not here. So we can just do show. Okay, let's do that again. So I will show it first and then we'll fly. So show the balloon, and now let's fly. Why? Why is it so it's going up. So random number is generated every time. 0, 1. So yes. Okay, so you see the idea. You probably need to let me see which place. So it's automatically get back to the original to 0. I don't know why is that. Let's see. Y location, that's decreasing. And oh, I did something wrong here, sorry. This is plus, okay, not equal to. I was put equal to here. So that was, okay, let's show it again. Fly, there we go. So now it's better. I had a wrong code to start with. So I was just doing equal to move. equal to the Roland number. So now you probably can get it back to -1 to 0. Okay, so shows much better for them. All right, now let me see whether anybody have questions at this point. I'm going to stop the recording first.
Hey, Professor.